Hey everyone, here is a second video I promised from the first one. I know it's been a minute, but I'm hoping to get more videos out coming up soon, more often. So we'll jump right into it. Again, I'm using ReVision Editor. You can get this at revisioneditor.com. It is a monthly subscription, but if you're doing contracts and things, it's a wash. This is definitely one of the best tools I've ever used for development. Again, this is an HTML, CSS, and JavaScript editor. I'll be showing you all of those as if they were typed in together in one HTML document. Keep in mind, splitting them up is very easy, or bringing them together is very easy. But for the time being, the software only operates with a live changing. Of course, as you have saves, but I don't do any of the like separate files at the moment. We'll go over that later. Today, really, I just want to show you guys just for newbies, especially, or people just getting into web development, just 15 CSS navigation bar effects. If you're having trouble figuring out like what you want to use for a nav bar or even buttons on the page, you can do this with anything: pictures, text. An entire 3D object that you brought in. Of course, it's not going to affect the 3D object. It'll just be the backgrounds or the how it comes in, just an effect. Color changes. This is going to be mainly for all your other objects except those 3D ones I was talking about. Slide in. You would normally have this like slide in, of course, like either off the page or like slide into another position. But in this case, you can use that to activate other transitions as well. So let's say you hover over home, then you could have the other one slide out of the way, showing that home is the one that you're selecting. And then as you move to the right, they all come back, but then when you hover over services, home slides to the left, and then the rest go to the right. Just kind of showing a singularity of what you're highlighting. Scale up, rotate, border radius morph. That one's an easy one. I actually did that one in high school with my first website stuff. Glitch effect, 3D flip, pulse, wave animation, little shadow glow, text zoom. Just make sure you don't do what I did here and do like max height for each of these things, because every time you increase the text size, it increases the box size as well, or the container that the text is in. When it does that, if everything in the previous container is set to the same, like, max height or 80% of the height or whatever, then it's going to extend the other buttons like it's doing right here. So I just didn't go ahead and fix that. It was a small problem, and I only notice it whenever I go to do this video. All right, tilt, bounce, and probably one of my least favorite is the gradient shift. There's a better way to do this one. This is just one that was kind of listed. Somebody had used it in a creative way, but there's a way to do this with a fade-in effect. So basically you have both gradients there, right? But you fade one in and fade the other one out, and it really looks cool as far as like a transitional standpoint. All right. Now that we got the transitions, these are just a few, and I wanted to use them on like a navigation bar kind of setup, but you can use them for just about anything, even just regular text on the screen. All right, these are going to be animations. Now, they run similarly with the transitions, except these use more specifically keyframes in order to control that animation. So you could have something that plays infinitely, like all of these, right? In fact, let me go find one, and I will see pulse. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, it's got the infinite right there. But if I take that out, it's just going to play the one time and then stop. And as you can see, as I type, it's updating once I finish. Oops, did I spell that right? Yeah. And as soon as I get it updated back into infinite, it's pulsing again. So we're good to go there. I was also going to show you just changing colors. Like some people obviously don't like white on gray all the time. And I did colors for my transitions, as you can see. Not super colorful there, just mainly because I'm trying to get these out and get everybody kind of started with an initial video before we start doing some complex stuff. So with the pulse, we'll do, let's see, color, I don't know, let's do green. Ooh, actually, let's do lime green. And we'll do a background color of, well, we could do black. We could do yellow. That looks terrible. Red. We could do a darker green. Green on blue doesn't look too bad sometimes, but let's try royal blue. Nope. Let's try dark blue. Yes. Okay, a little bit better. I don't know. I don't do colors primarily. I let my designers do that. All right, so we'll do orange and blue. So there's just changing colors. It's very simple. The rest of them are inheriting from their previous containers or their previous, declaration of that container. In this case, all of these would technically be under my nav item list, which was just a copy from this one over here. I had nav items as well listed, and they had their own colors and border radiuses and everything else. But over here, while I left it as nav item because it refers to the item that we're animating or adding a transition to, I just set them all to white. And then the background, of course, it's in a different format here because this particular color didn't have a name. So we just used the hexadecimal for it. So what I'm going to do is just mess with some of the colors here. So if we're going to change all the other ones to say red and then just put them up against a black background, we could type black or we could find another color that's similar. So there you go. Dun, 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 dun. All right, we'll go over a couple of these animations here in just a moment. A lot of them are going to be really familiar to you. So we've added just a little bit of color to it. I don't know what else goes good with red. Let's see. Let's just do the white background. And just, yeah, we'll use that. Readability. Okay. So now we've got this. I want to make sure that pulse is still pulsing. Bounce is bouncing. Wiggle. Slide in left. You would probably use this more for like a single run. I've got it set for infinite loop, but you would just slide it into, from the left and just let it lock. And there's an easy way to do that. You just go into, let's see, pulse, bounce, slide into that. Okay, so we take out that infinite. I think we can actually do, yeah, we can just take that out. So it just plays it that one time. So if I hit refresh at the top right here, you're going to see that it slides in left and then just stops. And that's mostly what people use it for. But you could absolutely add in the infinite selector or attribute, and that will just make it continuously do it. Same thing with flip. The fade loop, I like that one. So if you're trying to get somebody's attention, you want to pop it out. That's a good way to do it. Swing, shake. The rubber band one is kind of interesting. I really do like that one actually. Pop in, drop, pop out, which I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Heartbeat and spin. So these are just a few of the ones that you can use. Of course, there's only 15 of each, but I mean, there's so many more, and you can obviously like daisy chain these together to create some really cool effects if that's what you so choose. One thing I didn't show you in here with the animations is that there is a way to delay animations. So if you want, you can actually have the spinning start after 1 second and have your other animation where it's popping in, like this one. It could be popping in for the first 1 second. That's all that animation would run. So after it pops in, it starts spinning. And you could set this one for infinite after that. So there's a really cool way to like daisy chain these together, and maybe that'll be the next video. But if you guys want to see anything in particular or have any questions about the ReVision editor, please don't hesitate to comment. Again, I'm going to try and do more videos here coming up, and I will try to get these 2 HTML files attached to this video, or at least link them so that you guys can play with these as well. All right. Hope you have a great day.